On this 25th Sunday in Ordinary Time, we continue with Jesus preaching to his disciples the parable of the dishonest steward. I wonder if the disciples questioned Jesus' teaching as we sometimes do, especially on this particular passage. How does cheating the owner out of funds seem right? Actually, I read once that what typically happened in these cases was that stewards always marked up the price owed for goods procured. That's how they made their living. So in this particular case, the steward was not cutting from the owner's share, but rather cutting his own share. I believe the point here is that Jesus again is highlighting that we need to detach ourselves from things in this life so that we can be better prepared to follow him. One commentary said it this way, and I'm quoting, Jesus always asks us for wholehearted devotion. He wants nothing less from us than our whole hearts, our whole lives, and our whole selves. Being whole is healthier than being divided. Pope Francis, in his apostolic exhortation, Evangelii Gaudium, the joy of the gospel, wrote in paragraph 218, quoting, "The dignity of the human person and the common good rank higher than the comfort of those who refuse to renounce their privileges." End quote. Sometimes those privileges are what Jesus is calling us to detach ourselves from, to remove them from our lives in order not only to better prepare us to follow him and to prepare for eternal life, but also to take stock and see if those privileges are causing us to not acknowledge the dignity that is inherent in each of us. We all have dignity. It cannot ever be taken away from us. We can't take it away from others, just as others cannot take away the dignity each of us have. This is an important concept for us to keep in mind this week and through the rest of this liturgical year. Luke's Gospels have begun a turn to focus on preparing for the end times. This passage, in calling for detachment from things that keep us from more closely following Jesus, is another step on that journey. Along this journey, in order to better prepare ourselves for the ultimate destination, eternal life, we need to look at how we are treating others. Remember the great commandments. Love God. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. One way we show love for God is how we treat our brothers and sisters, God's children. If we place too much of an emphasis on our worldly goods and privileges, that can keep us from caring for our brothers and sisters. May we take time this week to reflect on how we can better work in caring for our brothers and sisters and more closely follow Jesus. Until next week, peace and blessings.